All right, welcome to day 3 of the 5-day split. Today we're gonna be hitting back, my favorite day. Back used to be like one of my least favorite days, and then over time, it just became one of those things where once I started seeing the results, it was one of my favorite days to do. Now, I look forward to this day every week. Back is pretty simple. We don't really do our biceps on our back day. Like I said, I save those for my arm day, just because, again, like I said, I'm not really trying to grow my arms much anymore, at least right now, maybe next year. And then we're going to basically, go into a nice little dynamic mobility warm-up stretch. From there, we're gonna move into a few exercises. So what do we got on the agenda for today? So we're gonna warm up with some pull-ups real quick. Then we're gonna go into a lat pull down. From there, we're gonna go into a single arm cable row. We're gonna go to a chest supported row, a lat pullover, and then face pulls. Okay, for the first exercise, we're gonna be doing pull-ups. Now we're gonna do 3 sets of 5. Basically, this exercise is just to warm up my back, activate my lats. When we're doing pull-ups, one important key tip and technique is when you're pulling yourself up, a lot of people end up pulling with their arms and their biceps. What you wanna do is you wanna think about bending the bar. As you bend the bar, you're gonna activate your lats, and you're gonna end up pulling with your back instead of your arms. Now, again, we're gonna do this nice, slow and controlled. The whole goal here is to warm up our back and get it going for everything else that we're gonna do progressively throughout our workout.
She like to wear help in the 2 blocks. Ever since a nigga got the rollie with the face so big, had to tell Flav get a new clock, boy. You know what the fuck I do. Got me fucking new bitches like it's nothing new. Said I'm winning like I'm typing in the website.
Quick important technique tip: when you're doing your pull-ups, don't do half reps. Make sure you go all the way down and then pull yourself all the way back up. We don't want to be those people who do half reps in the gym. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to be doing is lat pull down. So now for the lat pull down, you can use 2 different grips. So a lot of people use a conventional grip, which looks like this, right? I like this grip more, where my grip's more in a neutral grip. I don't know, I feel like I get a better squeeze, better contraction in my lat pull downs. Now, when you're doing your lat pull downs, you wanna 1, pull the bar to your chest. 2, you wanna think about driving your elbows straight down to the floor. That's gonna get the best activation of your lats. Now, one thing I've kind of experienced over the years of doing lat pull downs is sometimes you don't really feel it in your lats, the mind muscle connection's not there. So one thing I've been implementing slowly over time is basically my posterior tilt. I'll adjust it. So a lot of the time when people do their lat pull downs, their posterior tilt's like this. Now, I've been kind of focusing on pushing my posterior tilt backwards, right? This gets my lats out farther in front of me. I get a better stretch on my lats. And then when I pull and I contract, I feel a lot more activation in my actual lat muscles than when I have a negative posterior tilt. So we're gonna do 3 sets, 1 warm-up set, 3 working sets, and then we're gonna stretch into a single arm cable row. So when I go down, I'm gonna drive my elbows to the floor. And then one thing a lot of people do is they like to swing and rock. We don't wanna do that. We wanna control the weight on the way down and control the weight on the way up. One thing you'll notice on all these reps is, 1, you want to take these to failure. Now, the way I do this is I do lengthened partials. A lot of the time, you'll actually be able to do quite a few more. Obviously, you won't be able to bring it to your chest, but you'll still be able to bring it down quite a bit without actually breaking proper form and proper technique. So that's a great way to take this to failure. You could also do drop sets, but I prefer lengthened partials just because, like I said, your muscle grows and stimulates the most growth in the stretch position.
I'm going for my 3rd W bang. All my niggas do things. I be mixing up the Henny with the blue flame. Calling up my old bitches for a new fling. Let the bitches come and kick it like it's Luke Kang, nigga. All my girls switching like mood swings, nigga. All my girls switching like mood rings, nigga. I be in the 10, get 100 on the lot, get 100 on the 50 and 100 on the clock. What's up?
I'm the menace, you know I would break the car, yeah. I whip the roof with the...
Okay, so after our lat pull downs, we move into a single arm seated cable row. Now, basically the bench is here because you're basically gonna use this to stabilize yourself. The good thing about this exercise is that you can get a really good stretch in your lats, allowing you to really reach forward before you start contracting. Now, what you're gonna need basically is a bench. You need a cable stack, one of these D handles, and then you're gonna move this cable position to the lowest possible position possible. Now, basically what the movement's gonna look like, I'm gonna grab this with one hand, go all the way over here, This hand is gonna be used to brace myself against the bench, okay? This arm is what I'm gonna do to do the stretching and then the contracting. So I'm gonna reach forward, get my lat out in front of me, and then pull back in. Now, obviously, you're not pulling with your back, right? The movement's not here. The back just allows you to reach forward. You're pulling with your arm, okay? And then you're really trying to bend over a little bit to make sure you get that squeeze and that contraction.
In the Rolls Royce, talking all that shit, sexy cold voice. She gave me no choice. I'm talking no choice. She got some more problems. Leave 'em with old boy. Don't need it authentic, long as it's all for me. She take it off for me. She say it's all for me. Yeah, she's so
young, reckless, restless, sexy, video, take, wait, watch me. Young, reckless.
So now we're gonna be doing a chest supported row. Basically, you're gonna grab 2 dumbbells. Now, you won't really be able to lift as heavy as you think you can on this exercise. 1, because obviously of the way your chest is supported on this. And 2, I really focus on stretch and contraction. That's my biggest focus when it comes to back. I think my back grew width-wise and thickness when I really started to just slow everything down, drop the weights, stop ego lifting, and really focus on just that mind muscle connection with my back. Now, with the chest supported row, you can either have the bench at this height, which, I don't know, I'm not a geometrist, so I can't really tell you the angle, but you can do it like this height or 1 lower. And the whole goal is you wanna get your center sternum right here on the edge of the bench. The reason for this is it's gonna allow you to stretch your lats in front of you and pull back. Now, the reason I'm showing you this variation versus something like a T-bar row is because most gyms, not all of them have T-bar rows, and this is a great alternative if you don't have one available to you. 35 pounds to warm up, then I'm probably gonna move to a 40, 45, and I'm really going to just focus on the squeeze and obviously the stretch. I really wanna let the dumbbells hang, let my lats get in front of me, and then obviously that's also gonna help me, just really, really stretch out my upper back. We're gonna try to do this without creasing the Jordans. We're gonna see how that goes.
video,
Take, wait, watch me.
All right, so that was our warm-up set of 35s. Now we're gonna go on to 40s. We're gonna move on to a 45. And I'm just gonna go through these sets. I really want you to just watch my form, my control, and my technique, and then we'll go from there. So the final 2 exercises that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing a lat pullover with a superset of a face pull. Now, majority of the time, people do face pulls with the rope. I actually tend to do it with the bar. The reason for this is because with the rope, I find a lot of the time I engage a lot of my traps. With this, it takes all the traps out of the movement. First, we're gonna start off with the lat pullover. We're gonna do 10 lat pullovers, then 10 face pulls. Now, with your lat pullovers, one thing that's very important is first, your grip. A lot of people tend to bend their wrists like this, right? In order to prevent that from happening, you kind of wanna think about having what we call a false grip. So instead of your grip being like here, you want it over a little bit. Now, as well, an important part of your lat pullover is you want to get a good stretch. So you want to be stretching out forward. And when you pull in, you want to pull into your hip line. But as well, you want to bring your chest up to the sky a little bit. All right, to give you an expert example, false grip, step back 10, lats fully stretched, pull into my hips, chest up a little bit. Not too high, not this. Just like this. Really control the weight on the eccentric phase. Now with your face pulls, very similar, but you don't have to do a false grip this time. I kind of grab around like this area of my fingertips, step back, and I'm pulling straight to my chest. I let my lats get in front of me, pull.
Exactly. Because your job is already lifting this. You know? So I have to do that palm.
Look at my eyes, tell me your tale. Do you see the road? A map to my soul. Tell me the size. Whenever the smoke clear out of my face, and my picture perfect. Do I look fine? All of that.
This is honestly one of my favorite exercises. The reason for it, it's one of the exercises that just completely finishes my back. By the time I'm done doing this, I am fatigued. I cannot do anything else. My back's like just cooked. It's also one of the exercises, you'll be surprised how actually heavy you can actually go on these while keeping good form. I think a lot of people underestimate how much they can actually lat pull over once they get good technique, especially with face pulls. Face pulls, you can actually pull a lot of weight as long as you're just keeping good, strict form. I think that's the biggest thing with anything. I'm a really big believer that keep your form good. Don't break your form. If you break your form, it means just stop. Lower the weight, bust out a few more with good form. All right, we're gonna do our last set. That's pretty much it for the back day. Back's pretty simple. It's not a super complex day, you know what I mean? But it's one of those days where, you know, it takes a lot of focus for me just because I think with back, it's all about mind-muscle connection. Make sure you're focusing on the exercise and make sure you're pushing yourself. Your back can pull a lot of weight. You guys need to make sure you guys are taking it to failure. My back started growing once I started training heavier with good form to be able to take it to failure and stimulate that muscle growth. That's the end of our back day. Back day is a very simple, pretty straightforward workout. It usually takes me about an hour, maybe an hour 30 if I do cardio max. We just did 25 minutes of incline treadmill walk. Our last day of cardio is going to be on Friday when we do arms, but overall my back is cooked. Now, tomorrow we're gonna be hitting glutes and hamstrings, and then we're gonna finish the week off with shoulders and arms. I hope you guys are finding this series helpful, you know, giving you some insight on where you guys should be starting on your fitness journey, some great exercises that has helped me build my physique. If you're looking to transform your physique, take it from point A to point B, whether that be to put on 10 to 15 pounds of lean muscle mass, whether that to be to lose that last bit of fat and put on lean muscle, fill out the form below, book a call. Once you do that, you're gonna get access to my 7-day free training program that you can use to help you start your fitness journey or even just elevate the current fitness journey that you are on. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys are eating good, drinking lots of water, and we will take it from there.